Hey guys, this is John, and taking a look at the markets. Let's see what time is it. It's about 5 o'clock Central, and of course the big news today was just the Google earnings, and you can see we've had the move, quote unquote, and Google is up currently $46 after hours. It'll be really curious to see where we are in the morning, but so far that looks good. But let's kind of keep so $594. Let's kind of keep an eye where we are on the daily chart on that, and you can see that that's going to take it up to, if we open right there, $594. So it's probably going to happen here, is my guess, is with all the weekly options and stuff like that, is that Google could actually close pretty near 600. Just kind of it's a good kind of a strike price. The interesting thing is how is that going to impact the markets? So I'm looking at the S&Ps here after hours, and you know they're up 125. Of course, see the noodles are probably up a little bit higher. They're up 4. So you can see that it's definitely an isolated event. Taking a look at Baidu, reacting to the news. You know, it's up from its close at 133, up a couple of bucks. Amazon closed at 236. It's up $3 after hours. Apple, and they closed at 408, and it's up about $5 after hours. So it's it's kind of trying to lift the tech sector a little bit, though the overall indexes are pretty quiet. So it'll be interesting to see kind of where we are tomorrow, and I think tomorrow should be a pretty interesting day. Overall in the S&Ps, the same story here. You got the big spike high yesterday to 1216. That was aggressively sold, and then we were looking today just that we got the push above 1200 toward the end of the day. Initially, bears pushed down to 1185, and boom, we ended up closing right at 1200. And guess what? It looks like we're going to open right at 1200 tomorrow too. So nothing was really settled today on the indexes. Google obviously having kind of a spectacular aftermarket rally on its own accord, and kind of curious to see where that will end up tomorrow. And then my strategy for tomorrow you've got, if there's any gap ups like that, any of the tech stuff, I'm going to be selling some credit spreads. You get that little pop-up. People want to goose those weekly options that expire tomorrow, hoping that, hey, maybe I'll buy $600 Google calls, and Google will go to 620 or something like that, and I'll be selling those. And that's one of those things where you get something like that, you get those high IV openings, and you can sell some credit spreads that are slightly out of the money and take advantage of that open. And that's mostly what I'm going to be focusing on tomorrow, and then seeing where we end up on the futures. And then just taking a look at the S&Ps here on this 5-minute chart. Actually, it might be even easier. Let me take a look at this too. What I was watching today is on these, on Rob's indicators here, was watching this morning when we kind of sold off, and then you can see here we started seeing some buy-side activity. And at this point, you just really wanted to focus on the long side. And it was interesting because I had set up some longs. Initially, when we pushed through here, I had set up some longs, had to take some heat through this, and I was wondering whether I should just kind of bail out or not. And then I saw, I was kind of hanging on for a few minutes because we didn't hit my stop loss. And then once I saw this cross, I was like, okay, that's great, and just managed to stay on and catch a little nice ride up to here, and then got stopped out on the pullback. So it ended up being about a 4-point gain instead of an almost 3-point bailout. So that was nice. And then then from there, it was just kind of interesting, just kind of seeing where we're going to open up tomorrow. It's pretty, the Google earnings are always pretty fascinating to watch. Pretty interesting this time, in that the only thing they're impacting is Google itself, it seems like, and not much of the markets. So, and then today was the last day of Rob's 2-day live trading webinar. Now, I know there was a problem because the room only holds 1,000 people, and a lot of people could not get in. So I know that there was some frustration. Apologize for that. For those of you that got in early, obviously you got to see that. What we are going to do, though, is we'll keep the offer open until midnight tonight. So for those of you guys that at least want to give it a shot, you can. This is the kind of the big special that Ross and everybody had put together. You've got Rob's complete 8-video course, which normally goes for $47.92. The How to Handle a Loss DVD, $6.99. Swing Trading DVD, $6.99. The Level 2 Indicator, which is $4.97. The Level 1 Indicator, which is $2.97, and then get that with a quarterly membership. Altogether, that comes to $81.69, and up until midnight tonight, you can get all of this for $7.85. Okay, so if you didn't get a chance to get in, but you did want to actually take advantage of that special again at Rob's room, we will leave this link here after this video tonight, and you can take advantage of that. And of course, you can always call the office if you have any questions. All right, you guys have a good night, and we'll see you at the next update.